Let's see. Can you layer a mid coat with different pearls, Candy? Absolutely. So your mid coat, guys, is where you would do your pearls, flake, or candy. Okay, because candy is like it's a mid coat. You put your base on, you put your candy, your pearls, your flake, whatever you want to put on, okay, in your mid coat, which is like a clear base coat, and then you can put clear coat on top of it. There's also different ways to do it too. You can use, you can go two stage if you're comfortable, and you could mix candy, okay, in clear coat as a carrier, and just basically if you're gonna do like small little things and you just want a tint of candy in your clear coat, you could basically just get your tint of burgundy wine or whatever it is, right? Mix it in your clear coat and just lay a couple coats of clear coat on whatever panels you're doing, custom projects, motorcycles, or whatever, and that you could just be done with that, But if you want to, you can add more clear on top of that, okay, the same day, or you can let that dry for a week or two, sand it down with 800 grit, and just give it 2 coats of a flow coat, just clear coat, if you want to do it that way. There's just so many ways to do it, guys. But in VIP, I show you all of the methods that I use, the different methods that I use, and how you could use the same, strategy, or you could do something a little bit different. There's many ways to skin a cat. There's many ways to do it, and they all can be successful. So what's the difference between high volume, low pressure, and low volume, low pressure? Look like same specs. Basically, one is going to consume a little bit less air pressure and shoot out more volume. So low volume is going to use a little bit less paint as well, but it's still amazing coverage. You're using less paint and you're using less air. High volume, low pressure, you're going to be getting more paint on the panel. But really, side by side, it's very hard to tell. Very, very hard to tell. This is why, I say, if you guys are using a smaller compressor, okay, a low volume, low pressure is better because you're getting you have less holes in your air cap with a low volume, low pressure. So you're going to be using less air, little less material come out. But I mean, it's really not a huge difference. But this is why I just recommend for people, hey, if you're using a large compressor, just go with a high volume, low pressure. If you guys, have a smaller air compressor, go with a low volume, low pressure gun. High volume, low pressure, more overspray. Yeah, a little bit more, but it's very hard to tell. I spray with both guns all the time, and the overspray seems pretty similar, to be honest. Across all guns, I could be using my SATA, and it's pretty much similar. The higher pressure you spray at, the more overspray you're going to get, no matter what gun you're using. The lower pressure you're using, the less overspray, but you get less atomization also, right? So you want to kind of be in that mid-range where you got good atomization, or good enough, right? And not crazy overspray. So hopefully that helps. The Apple Red about 4 days ago. However, I want to go over it with another coat. Do I need to sand it lightly to make it stick? Absolutely, yes. So you did a single stage candy apple red enamel. So what you could do, Tony Anderson, is you don't have to. I don't know if you're lacking color. Maybe you're lacking color in some areas. That's why you want to paint it. Or maybe you're just looking for more shine, because what you could do is sand it down with 800 grit and just put 2 coats of clear coat on it. So you could do that. But if you're going to put more paint on it, I would sand it with 800 grit also, and then you can put another heavy coat of paint on it. Actually, if you're going to be putting paint on it, I would put 2 more coats of paint on it. So yeah, that's what I would do. But if you're going to be doing clear coat, you could actually put regular polyurethane clear coat, from base coat clear coat to clear coat. You can just put some urethane clear coat, 2 coats of that on top of what you got after you sand it with 800 grit, and you'll be fine. So I'm not sure, so let me know in the comments. Michael G says primer sealer dried too fast, so it didn't flow. What grit should I use to flatten it back out, as I will be redoing the primer sealer, but I don't want to get into the body filler. You can go with like a 600 grit, buddy. 400 to 600 grit, and you'll be fine. I say 400 because it's going to give you enough cutting tooth grit to take down that dryness and orange peel if you have it on that primer surface or sealer, right? So I would use a 400 because as you use it, it's going to fine down into a 500 and 600 as you use it. 600 is going to be a little finer, and you're going to be sanding with like 700-800 as it starts wearing out. You know what I mean? This is why I like 400. It's to me it's the best before paint grit that you can use, period. 400 grit. Hopefully that helps. High volume, low pressure, more overspray. A little bit. But again, it's very hard to tell, guys. Very hard to tell. I would just say don't worry about the overspray so much. Worry about ventilation. As long as you can get that ventilation coming out, overspray doesn't matter. Adam, low volume, low pressure for clear. It seems like less mist in the air, less overspray in the air. Yes, I believe so. Another fantastic gun, if you guys are looking for low overspray, you guys should definitely check out the Adam X88. I mean, I've sprayed clear coat with 18 to 20 pounds of pressure, and it came out like glass using the Adam X88. For some reason, this gun uses a lot less pressure. You don't have to spray. The atomization is so fine, even at low pressures, it lays down like glass. So check this out, the X88. I don't know if you see it. HTE means high transfer efficiency, and it's a really good gun that I like to spray with. Single stage or base clear for painting wheels. Also, what brand of paint do you recommend? Thanks. It depends, man. I mean, you could do either or. If you're on a budget, single stage is going to be cheaper for you. It's going to be faster because you just got to go 2 medium wet heavy coats and you're done. With base coat clear coat, you got to put two to 3 coats of base. Make sure your base is on nice, and then you're going to put 2 coats of clear coat. So it's double the painting time, a little bit more expensive, but it comes out nice, right? Because you got clear coat on it. It comes out nice. But single stage also dries nice if you know how to lay it on. If you lay single stage on wet, it comes out really nice, guys. So it's really up to you. You can do either or, and you're asking what brand do I recommend? I mean, I don't know. I mean, do you want to go high end? Do you want to go mid grade? If you're looking for a mid grade, I like PPG. PPG base coats. You could go a little cheaper. You can go Omni. Omni's a great brand here. I use this a lot. Shopline. Also, Shopline is a good medium grade brand here. PPG makes it. And they also have Shopline Plus. It's a little higher grade than this. This is good base coats. Clear coats, I would just go with, I like Finish One. Has been treating me very, very well. About $100 a gallon kit. Gives you about 5 quarts, little over 5 quarts of, mixed product that you can use. Your thoughts about clear coat on single stage? I think it can be done, and I have done it. So if you're going to be clear coating over single stage, make sure you scuff it down with 800 grit and give it 2 coats of clear. Paint shop. What's the best way to deal with multiple vehicles for customers? I did mobile paintless dent repairs and curb rash repairs last year and got backed up. Bro, you just gotta have to schedule yourself, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it depends on how much room you have. Also, can you have, do you have room to have 2, 3, 4, 5 customer cars? Best way to deal with multiple vehicles is basically get a helper. Hire somebody to help you with the body work or prepping. So all you have to do is come in, clean, tack, and spray. You know, if you can find somebody that can help you, that'll be great. You can get more jobs done quicker. You know, you just got to have to schedule yourself. Just, I don't know. I would just say don't bite off more than you can chew. When I used to do jobs for customers and you know, when I was in my teens and 20s, early 20s and mid 20s, um, I used to basically do one job at a time because I was using part of my dad's shop and I didn't want to back him up. You know, I used to just get a complete in, finish that within a week, and then basically have another job lined up, being like, hey, next week bring your car in. So when that job went out, another one came in, and I was just kept on working. You know, I don't like to just have a bunch of customer cars laying around backed up. You know, it just wasn't my thing. um you know, at times I did have that. You know, some people they're just not in a rush. They want you to do their classic. It's going to sit for a while, and you just, you know, you work on it little by little while you're banging out a bunch of little touch up jobs or, you know, quick completes. So yeah. What is your paint gun setting or trigger techniques when spot blending? Basically, everything is wide open fan, quarter turn back, um, trigger, fluid flow, wide open, and everything's just done, you know, with your trigger. It's pretty, you know, it's pretty easy. You know, when you're spot blending, basically you're just dusting. You're dusting and you're blending. So just look at it, make sure you have good lighting, look at what you're doing. And this is why I highly recommend the Gun Bud Ultra lighting system. If you guys don't know what that is, check out Amazon and check out Gun Bud. It snaps onto your to any spray gun, and it lights up everything. Perfect for shooting candies, flake and pearl, and also spot repairs because you can see exactly how your blend job is working. So I'm just going to drop that link. Check it out, guys. It's a proven product. Over 400 reviews on Amazon, 4.5 star ratings. You know, you can't fake reviews on Amazon. Better way to get rid of water in lines. The hose to air filter not keeping the plug from rusting must have water in the line still. So yeah, drain your tank. Make sure you drain your tank every, you know, if it's running a lot, you know, like if it's on for hours during the day, you're gonna want to drain it once a day. You know, but if you're doing little things here and there, you don't have to drain it for a week. Okay. But I would just say make sure you're draining. Make sure you got your water separator on the wall hooked up. Drain that, and yeah. Have you ever seen a color change matte finish on a car? A color changing matte finish on a car. I don't think I have recently. No. Bo Duke says, I have both of the X27s, love them both as my base and clear guns. I want to try the Atom X88, maybe for single stage. It shoots single stage really nice. Actually, the next video that's coming out, when I did the black single stage on the van project, I was using the X88 Blue Moon to shoot that single stage. Came out like glass. When it rains, but clear when dry. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Maybe moisture. It could be excess moisture in your lines could be doing that. Or air. Sometimes if your gun is not spraying right, you know, you could be getting air bubbles in your clear. It could be the clear also. Like bad clear coat tends to do that. I painted a hood twice and the paint cracked every time. The rest of the truck is great. What could be the problem? I'm not sure what you mean by paint cracks. You're going to have to send me some images or a video, Aiden, to Tony at learnautobodyandpaint.com. I'm not sure what your cracks look like. So yeah, let me know. It could be a chemical reaction. Okay, I currently have an X27 high volume, low pressure. What I'm asking is I'd like to get an Atom low volume, low pressure spray gun. And with that being said, which is comparable with the one I already have, sounds like you recommend the X88 low volume, low pressure. Well, if you have the high volume, low pressure X27, I would get the X88 because it allows you to spray at even a lower pressure, and it comes with 2 tip sizes. It comes with a 1.4 and 1.3 size tip. I think you're going to like that gun more. I do. I think it's a fantastic spraying gun. And then you get 2 tip sizes, which is the 1.3 and 1.4. So yeah. Link works. Awesome. How many times can you paint over a panel before it's too much and needs to be sanded off? I would say three times, maybe. 3 times, maybe 4, but that's a lot of paint, So yeah, maybe 3 times max. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great week. Peace.